Welcome everyone to today's webcast. We will be talking about a lot of exciting things today, specifically about our ePLAN Cloud and all the different tools that we have available there for both, our existing customers and anybody interested in learning a little bit more what ePLAN can do for you and your teams and your customers. I'm Alessandro Biondi. I'm the regional head of sales for our South and Pacific regions, and I will be your moderator today. But the most important person for today's webcast is my wonderful colleague here in Houston, Raafat. Raafat,
hello.
Go ahead and just introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Alessandro. So my name is Raafat Almukhtar. I've been with ePLAN for almost more than 3 years. Do training, consulting, probably heard about me in support and pre-sales. So, today we'll be talking about ePLAN Cloud.
All right, perfect, Raafat. Yeah, thank you so much. Right before we get that going, please, if you have any questions, put them into the chat, or I think we do have a raise our hand function. But throughout the presentation, if a question does come up and you don't want to forget, just enter that into the chat, and then I'll be presenting that to Raafat so we can answer any questions that you may have. All right, and Raafat, it's in your hands now.
Start by sharing my screen. So, we'll talk about ePLAN Cloud and what is ePLAN Cloud. So I've created a simple presentation here just to give you some idea about what we are going to present, and then we'll jump on and back and forth between the presentation and the live demo here. So what is ePLAN Cloud? ePLAN Cloud is a set of free apps that ePLAN offers to supplement their platform. And on top of that, you can also upgrade to have more capabilities and expanding more features. Among the offering with ePLAN Cloud is the ePLAN Data Portal and ePLAN eManage, eView, and eBuild. And we will be talking about those, showing them in the live demo in a few minutes. Now, everyone will say, okay, it's a cloud, it's secure. So can we put our data there? Well, we count on the most reliable cloud provider, which is Microsoft Azure. So, security is number one here, and that's why we rely on a reliable source for this kind of product. And the other benefits here is that collaboration are made easy because everything is in the cloud. Probably printer manufacturers will hate us for this. And also, of course, the added value is since it's in the cloud, there's no installations, no maintenance, no ID, no IT. Everything is on ePLAN. So first, we will look into ePLAN Data Portal. So ePLAN Data Portal is a pool of parts information that provided to the users by the manufacturer directly. So we host those parts and administer them, and let them manufacture put all what they have in parts and product lines in this pool, and then the users just can go there and browse their catalogs and find the desired part. Different type of parts are there and different type of quality. That's why we have some parts are marked with ePLAN standard, so it have the minimum requirements of data. But it's possible that you can find all the details of the part, or can find less details. Like, for example, some parts will have the 3D module, so you can put them in 3D if you have Pro panel. Some of them basically will just have the schematic and probably the 2D panel layout only for 2D placements. So let me stop here and walk you through the data portal live. We're live. So this is the ePLAN interface, and I'm going to access the ePLAN Cloud. So click on the EPLAN Cloud and you see all the apps available for you by that organization that you're part of. So ePlan Data Portal is the first option, and then you open it and you get access to ePlan Data Portal. So there are almost like 1.3, 1.4 million parts there. It's always growing. We have more than 380 manufacturers, 390, and it's always growing. More manufacturers are added every now and then. We have a dedicated team that works on working with different manufacturers to be presented to the cloud or to the data portal specifically, or even expand their products offering. The data portal offer an easy way to search for parts, so you can search for specific part numbers, or you can browse the different manufacturers or their catalogs, and they have presented their catalogs. And you can apply the filters of whether you're looking for IEC or an FTA type. So for example, if you want to look at the manufacturer catalogs, so here under filters, you click on manufacturers, then you get a list of all manufacturers that you can browse for it. Not all of them have catalogs. Some of them are just relying on ePlan catalog, but those who does, you can see that have a different arrangement for their products. See, this is ePlan products group and ePlan manufacturer catalog. So here we're looking for lock protection, for example, circuit breakers, and water protection devices. Just apply for a specific filter for water protection. So here you see you hit apply, and then you get the list of available parts under this category. Now you can preview the information here. So for example, I'm planning to put on one of my drawings, so I have a project here, and have a schematic page here, and I'm planning to put a protection device on this circuit. I have one here. I don't have one on this side, so I'm just gonna go with one of those breakers. So that 10 amps looks suitable. So I'm going to open that part, what I have there. So I have a photo of the part. I have a 3D representation of it. So if I have a Pro panel, I can place this part. Let's see. Place it in 3D. And if it's a complicated part that might have a macro, then you can preview it here. If it's a simple one like this protection device, just one symbol, then it wouldn't need a macro. But I do see here a macro for the panel layout, so you can place it in 2D panel layout if you wanted to. Information about the part here, like what are the what's the product group, what are the data type that's available, can be seen here, and also the list of all accessories. All accessories that work this part will be listed, and it's possible if you want to port them to your database, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to use the data pool part here and place this component. So click on the arrow and hit import and insert part. Insert part will allow you to insert the part directly without selecting it again from the database. Now it's part attached to my cursor, and I just have key to place it properly. If you look at maybe another part, if you, for example, searching for product line 1734 PLCs. So first we need to clear that filtering, because we are applying for only protection devices. So we clear the filter, and then we search 1734, and you get all the results here. And you can filter for inch type in this case, and then you can look at the results here. Here I can see also there are some macros which are for overview and multi-line representation, so that can be reviewed before inserting the part if needed. So that's basically data portal. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and then we'll answer them at the end of the session. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to the slide. Next, I have eManage. So eManage is a protected cloud environment for saving projects. So you have the capability to host your projects in the cloud here in eManage, and then you can share those projects with different people. So you can share it with inside the organization. They are on the same group organization, or you can create an organization for specific products or specific customers, and then you can share the project there. There are more options that you get from there, not only just sharing it, but you can also have the capability to publish it to eView, which we'll talk about in a minute. You can also organize them in a directory structure where you can place different projects based on different criteria. Also, you have the capability to expand the features by getting the eManage. With eManage, you can download different versions of the software, not software, sorry, of the project. So EPLAN users know that every project is version specific. So if you're working with 2.9 and the project is 2.9, and you cannot move it to 2.8. But with eManage paid version, you have the capability to export that to a different version. Now, not all versions are there. Like from 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, those are available. Not all they're not supported, but the latest the latest 4 versions there. And we can jump on a live session here and see what we have. My ePlan, and then here in eManage, under the ribbon EPLAN Cloud, I see have eManage free. Okay. Here I have a few projects already uploaded here. So I have the sample project that comes with EPLAN installation that is uploaded here. I have created a folder here, just if you want to put the webcast project here, and I can now look at my capacity here. I have 10 gigabytes. If I have the paid version, I think it's more than 100 gigabytes. Now, if I want to select and upload my project to the cloud, if I want to be in a specific folder, I can open the folder and then or not. Just want to be in the main directory, I can upload from there as well. So select the project in ePlan and hit upload, and that just start uploading the project to the cloud. So basically what it does, it just back up the project in a format, which is EW1, and then export that to cloud, and then after that publish it. Now, when working with ePlan project is basically a structured folder with a lot of files inside it. So it's possible to open some specific folders inside the project when you're uploading it to the cloud. So there are a lot of files that are used natively by EPLAN, but there are some folders like contain some user-friendly data, like for example, the doc folder, where the doc folder contain all the documents that you generate while working with the project, for example, PDF files or something like that. And also you have the image folder that's also inside the project. All those can be browsed if you have the eManage paid version. For the eManage view, that's not available. But and I will show you when we'll get there. I'll show you the possibility to open the project and see the details. So now I have uploaded my demo project in my organization. Okay, and now the project have the capability to open it in ePlan platform. What this does is, if I have the privilege, of course, I will be able to download the project back into my ePlan in case I didn't have it. Obviously, I can delete and cut. That's self-explanatory. And then also you can publish it to eView so that you can redline it and share it with other users as well. You can look at the project details. So click on those 3 lines and you can see the project details, when it was created, what is the user, who's the user, so more of the project details that you put normally in the project properties. All this can be browsed here. So that's for the project side. Also, you can add users. So I have this organization and I want to add a user that I normally use for my training in my Citrix environment, so that we can show the collaboration between the two different machines or two different, let's say, people in different organizations, how we can collaborate with them. So if I look at my my organization, I'm an admin on my organization, so I have the capability to add users, and I'm part also of different organizations. Okay, so show all organizations, and I can see I have many organization here. I can create one if I wanted to. So I have created one yesterday just for testing. Now I'm going to create another one, and I'm call it webcast. Can create this organization. This organization, since it's just now created, is going to be empty, no users or anything. So I'm going to go inside that organization. I can see what are the options I have there, and I can dictate which features to be available. So now I'm going to add a user to this organization. If I go to the user management, I can go from here or here. Okay, go to user management, and I only can get this feature if I am the admin. So, okay. So here are the available apps for me based on my license, and I can assign them to different users. Now I want to add a new user. So looking here, I don't have any user yet. I'm going to copy that email. An email for my trainer account. So I'm going to click add and invite. Okay. One. And I'm going to invite this user to join this organization because I want to share some products or some projects with them. When you look at the user management, you can set privileges to any user you have in that organization. So I'm selecting this user that I'm just inviting now, and I can select what are the privileges I want to assign. So eView, I want to let him have eView, and eBuild, data portal, eManage, yes, I want him to have eManage, and I can select what level of information he can see there. And ePocket, no, I don't want to have ePocket. And then let him have the reality plugin as well, app as well. So now when I open my account there, I'm probably want to switch the screens. So this is the other user account. It's on my Strix. And here you see I have those apps and eManage here. This is belonging to the webcast organization now. Okay. And I see here there are no any projects shared with the user yet because we did not share any. So now I'm going to navigate back to that machine, or probably I just can move EPLAN to this to the screen. So this is my local EPLAN, and then here I want to share the project with the new user. So go back to eManage. And here we uploaded a project. I uploaded to a different organization. So let me go back to that organization. That's fine. Okay, so this is the demo project. And now I'm going to invite that user to this organization. I don't want to spend time upload that project again. So I'm going to invite that user to this organization now. Okay. and then let him share the project. So user management. This is my organization that came with my license. So here I can invite that user. Right. I will set his level of privileges. So I want him to have the eView, eBuild, data portal, eManage, yes, and then pocket on. You're not looking for that, and then parts information. Now you see there are a lot of type of users. So this is explained here. If you click on the question mark, you can have access to the help section, and this explain those users and what the roles are, entitled them for. So there are two levels of privileges. First level is at the organization level, which is this one that we just assigned, and then we have another privilege set, which is on the project itself. So now if I go to my organization, I go back to eManage. And here I can select the project and then select what type of privilege and when I share it. So this is the project that we uploaded earlier. You see now on the side, the sharing, I can share it with the user that's available here. So I have a user here, the one that I invited, and then I can decide what type of privilege I should give him. I think I need that user to approve or to join the organization first. Okay, so I should see another invite here. That's my organization, so I'm going to ask him to join. And then he joined the organization. At this point, I should be able to share a project with this user. So, so now I should be able to share that project with that user. Gave him admin rights, so admin doesn't need to share. You already have access to everything. So designer. So admin, they can see all the projects. So once you assign an admin to that user, you can see all the project and can also assign and share those content. So now we just want them to be a designer. And now I go back to that his account, then go to eManage. Now there are no projects. Okay, and then here the sharing. Now it should be, I think I need to update. Join the organization, but I didn't. Okay, now I should be should be a designer. seeing all the projects. Yeah, but let me switch it back. Well, this hiccup is just I look like I changed the admin role for myself, not the user. So you're still okay, so you're still admin, designer, designer, user. Okay. So now we should be having only designer role. So we will not be able to see the project unless I assign that project to him. So here, you can see folders, but you can't see projects. So now I'm going to assign that project. So under the eManage, now I should be able to decide if I want to share it with that user or not. So I can provide also a different level of access. Now, of course, those levels should work in conjunction with the privilege that was assigned at the organization. Now the view can only view it, and I can let me start with just the view, and then I give him the edit capability, and you can see the differences. So now I'll let him just view the project. So you should be able to only view the project. So when I go back to his account and do an update, see the demo project. Of course, every time like you share an information with users, it's always going to give him a notification. So you receive a notification that the project was shared to you, you were invited to an organization. All that is going to be informative to the users. So you see now I have the project, and if I try to open the project in ePlan, it will tell me I'm not authorized. So your projects are protected if you're not wanting them to be shared. So it depends on the level of privileges that you assign to that user. Now, if I go to my my admin and give him a different role, so I'll change the role from just view, edit, and at this point you'll be able to download it to his ePlan. We'll start downloading the project, and then I should be able to see the project in my platform. So just a regular restore process, and then the project will be available for me to edit or with the paid version, you have more privilege. So we have more privileges here. If I switch to my other organization here, which I have the paid version, I'm switching my organization now. This organization does have the eManage paid. So now when I look into a project, you see, I can open that project. I mean, opening the content, like I can open and browse for the available documents there. I can also look into if there are any images. All those can be available for me because I have the paid version. Also, if I look at the capacity here, it's a whooping 160 gigabytes of data that I can upload to Side that which the most sought after capability is the export functionality. So when you click open in ePlan, you see you can open it in your current version, or you can generate an older versions of the project. Now that's all about eManage. Now the next topic will be which the sharing is going to be eView slide. So eView is the tool that ePlan offers, and it's free. You can share the project with eView. The project that you have in eManage, you can share them and allow the viewer, the person there, to open that project in a browser. So it doesn't he doesn't require to have ePlan installation or anything, and do it in any browser. And then you can view the content just like if you have ePlan. So you can browse pages, parts, information. You can redline it or greenline it. So like if you're sharing it with someone in your organization, you can greenline it if everything's okay. Say, okay, check this, and that. So like internal auditing or even externally, or you can also redline it like there are any issues or something or changes. And this can be shared with even outside the organization. So you can create, just like how we did right now, create an organization with your end user or your customer, and then they can access the project. And then they mark up the project and send back to the designer for review and correction. Okay, so we can take a look at that. Oops, at that now. So now we shared. Let me go back to that organization. So we're working on my organization. Now we shared a project and we gave him the edit privilege. So now he should be able to download it and open it, and also can view it in eView. So here, if I click on open in eView, this is the outside user, and this is where I share the project with them. Then click open in eView. Now our website open, and allow me to sign in so I can see the project. So click sign in. This is the user that we're working with, and I can select which organization that I want to look the project into. So this is organization. This is the project. So the pages, like in the pages navigator, you can see all the pages, and you can filter for interactive ones and exclude the filters. You can look into all of them. Obviously, you can do favorites. If you want to favorite some project and just look into the favorites. You can mark up all the details here. You can mark them up. I can create some notes here. For example, I'll put this on here and add some text. Provide sheets, for example. And then put another one. Okay. Supplier, or change vendor, for example. Whatever notes there can be created, and then at the end, you can send them for review. So here, you click on the edit here and ask the admin to review. Please review ASAP as usual. So now the user get notified that there are some notes that was sent to them. So if I go back to the local machine here, I see my email got some notifications. LN01001, change something to review, and it's in this project. Redlining one, of course, can be named if you wanted to. That was notified. Now, when I go to my project, I see here there is number one. That means there is one note or one red line. So I can click open, and this will open in native ePlan. Like it's not need to open in a new browser because already the project is there. So it can pair it, and then I can see the comments here from this tree on the pages. So if I click on the red lining here, you can see here, you can see this red lining, and I can see the history. I see the notes, provide cut sheet here, change vendor. So all this information can be streamlined easily between the two different peers, whether they are customers or whether you're working with the shop floor. It's all possible to be collaborated easily here in the cloud. So here I can say I can approve, I can reject, whatever. Then you can do the changes, and then you approve the changes here. That's for eView. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat, and we will look into it. I'm gonna go back to the slide. Next, we have eBuild. So eBuild is a tool that automates generating projects. There are two versions. There is the eBuild free and eBuild. So the scope of those is similar but different at the same time. So with eBuild free, there are preset libraries that ePlan provide in the cloud, and then you can approach them and utilize them in your project. I think I didn't share. Right here. So eBuild and eBuild free. The eBuild free, you can browse the library that ePlan offers, and you can download parts from not parts, but like schematics from there, pre-made schematics based on specific standards. While the paid version, the eBuild, actually it have two tools. One is the builder, and one is the designer. So the designer, you create the library, and the project builder is the one that you use to create the project out of those libraries that you've created. It's very fast way to generate projects, especially if you have the kind of product where there are different options. So you will have an interface where you can select multiple options and then you generate the project from there. I can show this really quick. So share. Okay. So here I have tools. You have eBuild tree, and I can open the library. Of course, we are always working on our libraries to expand them and include more and more content. So you see, there are some, there's not much right now, but we are working on this to expand them. So this is just give you an idea about eBuild in general. So whether it's an eBuild free where you can access the library from in the cloud, or that offers by ePlan, or it's going to be your own library that you're going to host there. So here there was one of the modules, which is FBA. Was a UL 508 starter. So you can select which project you want to host that to. So I don't want to mess my projects. I'm gonna another project. This is a test project, and I'm going to Once you select the library, you will have to select which project you want to take those to. So here I'm going to select this project, the test project, and you can do some configuration. So you can select how many branches you want and what is the starting page. So here I want to start with page 10. That's fine because I don't have 10 right now in this project. And you can put some, if you want to put more starters, or one should be fine for now, two actually. And then you can put some details. So this is more than one. Of course, you can add descriptions. You can select the type, the phase, voltages. So all this information is prepared in the macros here, and then here we are just making our selections. So this one is motor 2, for example. This one is single phase. Let's do 200 horsepower, 1 horsepower, small one. Fine, and then you can generate, and then ePlan will inject new pages into this project with this type of data that we have selected. So those are 10 and 11. I open them. This is the motor starter page that was added by the eBuild 3. So same idea for the eBuild paid version, but this library, you will be creating it. So you'll be selecting a library that's customized for your need and tailor-made for you based on your product line. Okay. There are other tools that's also available in the cloud. So like some training modules, ePlan standards. This is engineering standards will be presented soon, and this will also include some libraries and macros to give you a quick startup when working with ePlan right away. You don't have to start from scratch creating data. You can just use the engineering standard library and then use their macros and integrate the macros into your insert center from ePlan and then work with those libraries. You can also purchase training. So there is update training, for example. This is paid. This is have to be paid for. So you can access them from there. And one important thing that I missed for some reason is that in the data portal now, you have the capability to request part information. So if you did not, if you did not find the part that you're looking for, and you don't want to create them yourself, you can do part inquiry. And then in the part inquiry, you can either purchase those parts creation from ePlan, like you buy credit and then you request parts from us and we will be creating it, or you can submit a request from the manufacturer. So to the manufacturer, you can submit a request, say, hey, this part is not there, or there's something wrong with it, and then they should respond to you with an update. That's what I wanted to present. I don't know, Sandro, are there any questions there that
No, a lot of the questions you've actually been answering as you've been going along, so you know, that's a good sign. Yeah, we had a really good Open Line Friday last week, and I think it will be available, Josh, to everybody eventually. And it kind of touched on the topic of the data portal requests process. You know, if you're missing a part within the data portal. That whole process as well. So
that is correct. That will be up by week's end.
All right, perfect. So everybody that wasn't able to attend that open line, they can also go a lot more in detail on that process. But yeah, like everything, you can find a lot more information on eplanusa.com. We have a when's our next webcast, Josh? Do we have that scheduled?
Yeah, we do have it scheduled. It's going to be in a week and a half from now. It'll be our next Open Line Friday. So check LinkedIn as usual. We have all of the updates as to what's coming out on LinkedIn on a pretty much a daily basis. We keep you updated of what we're doing here. And so check LinkedIn and subscribe to our LinkedIn page if you haven't done so already. It gives you a really good idea of what is coming up and what are some of the topics that you can have input on for us here at ePlan USA. So we love to keep it as something that you always have a chance to have input on what we're going to be presenting and what you want to hear. We want to be able to address that.
Perfect. And at that, I will thank everybody. Thank you, Raafat, for an amazing webcast. Thanks, a lot of information there. Again, more information on eplanusa.com. And thanks everyone for attending.